here with another Magic the Gathering Arena video for your viewing or listening pleasure. It's that time of week, midweek magic, and this week's midweek magic is Standard Pauper. We're here for our free cards, and as you can see, I haven't started this. I have, however, looked at building a deck, so we're not going to take the time to do that, but I will give you a little bit of my thought process of how I went about coming to that deck. So let's go ahead and start the event here. We'll plus it up, and you'll see I've got my midweek magic Standard Pauper. And if you couldn't tell by the icon, well, let me go back there, that this is a poison deck. So we have Vraska's Fall. Opponents have to sacrifice a creature, and they get a poison counter. I draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. They get a poison counter. Prologue to Phyresis. I draw a card, they get a poison counter. So even if they don't have a creature in play, I can cast these, and it'll give them a poison counter. Otherwise, I have Bright Belly Rat, Pestilence, Siphoner, and yeah, that's it. I have those creatures who can potentially get through. Bright Belly Rat is a 2 for 2, and if they die, they proliferate, which is a secondary benefit to the fact that they have Toxic. And Pestilent Siphoner flies, so they have some kind of evasion. To refill my hand, I have 2 of these Insights, which draw cards and proliferate. To protect the board, I've got Anoint with Affliction, which exiles a creature if it's mana value 3 or less, or if they have 3 poison counters, it'll exile anything. I've also got 4 Experimental Auguries, not only to find the right cards, but also, if I can, proliferate. Aspirant's Ascent not only helps to protect one of the few creatures I have, but it can also give my Bright Belly Rat flying, and it gives it an extra Toxic, so it hits for 2 poison. And then to protect what I'm working on here, Bring the Ending. Forces an opponent to pay 2 more mana, or if I've got 3 poison, they've got 3 poison counters, it fully counters the spell. So some of the thought process that went into this was, and I will go here and we'll unselect the colors, that the last time I remember this, the deck that I played was a Heir Apparent deck. And as you can see, this is not legal in Standard Pauper. And for that matter, the other card that you can have as many in your deck as you want, Slime Against Humanity, also banned in this format. And I believe that that was because there just wasn't enough variety. Too many people were playing these 2 decks. They were too, I guess, single line focused. And so they said no more. So everybody has to come up with something different. Now, one of the things I wanted to look at was, what do I have here that triggers off of whenever? So the thing that I really want is whenever draw card. So I'm looking for something that I can continuously fuel my deck with. So whenever a creature enters, draw a card. Whenever an enchantment enters, draw a card. Whenever you deal damage, draw a card. Something like that. And if you look at these, the only things that really kind of hit that are whenever this creature enters or attacks, you may sacrifice an artifact if you do draw a card, which means I have to constantly be creating artifacts for free. That's also not easy to do. There are blue creatures as well as some white creatures that when they enter, they do create an artifact, which can help fuel this, but it's also 5 mana 4/5 that can do that. Whenever this creature deals damage to an opponent, draw a card. Thieving Otter, but it doesn't have any kind of evasion. It doesn't fly, it doesn't skulk, it doesn't do anything. So, you know, you can look through this and that's it. There's literally 2 pages of whenever draw a card. Cacturangela, big creature, you know, when it gets targeted, draw a card. So that's 1 time. So drawing a card wasn't really going to happen. So what other things could I do? I did look at Mandible Justiciar. I've heard it pronounced all different kinds of ways. Whenever an artifact you control enters, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn, and it's lifelink. So this can be a good build around with a bunch of other artifacts that have other abilities. I think you could also build around flyers for evasion and gaining life, because you can potentially just out life gain your opponent if you're constantly plinking them. This would go well with, there's the 1/1 flyer that has lifelink, so pairing it with other flying creatures that have lifelink. The other thing that I looked at was there's some mount synergies. There's not a whole lot of mounts, but there's green and white common mount specific removal. So let me show you that. There's Steer Clear, which deals 4 damage to a creature if you control a mount. There's Throw from the Saddle, which you get a +1/+1 counter on the creature if they're a mount. Run Over only costs 1 green if it's a mount. So I think a green-white mount deck is a possibility as well. There's the new Venom Sac Lagak, which is one of the best names to say for a creature, which is a good mount. Giant Beaver is a big chonker. Drover Grizzly, a little low on the toughness to be a really good attacker, but you can saddle it for cheap and give everybody trample, which is a good way to swing through for a massive attack. And a Lacrian Jaguar, a little overcosted for a 5 mana 4/4 with Vigilance, doesn't have trample, but again, saddles for 1 and gets +2/+2, becomes a 6/6 Vigilance. I think with this deck, you'd also need to want to have things that come in and make a token, or like Bridal Bighorn, when they attack, they create a token that allows you to do some saddling that way. So that's another possibility. But anyway, this is the deck that I made, so let's get into the games and see if we can poison our foes. We're still in the first hours of this, so hopefully matchmaking goes fast. We are up against Kingslayer 62k. 3 lands, poison countermaker, proliferate. Looks great. Some removal. Good they're playing life gain, because I don't care about life gain. Just need to poison them before they kill me. Wow. That seems like a waste. I guess it was really important to scry. Maybe they don't have a lot of mana. I'll play the rat. I've got another one in my hand, even though I'm very creature light. Let's see if they've got removal in their hand. If they don't, it might be worth Vraskaing the Sanctifier. Oh, so they're playing 3 colors? Oh my goodness. Okay. So they got that going then. I don't care about taking 1. But I do want to get more land, so I'm gonna do that. Okay, Spitfire Lagak. Lagak is such a good name. That's the landfall pinger. Okay, let's get the next blue, and we will Bright Belly Rat. Light Belly Rat, excuse me. And you know what? Let's do 2. Now the thing about the Petrify is that it does stick around, but I'm not playing the bounce spell, so I can't bounce my own. Okay, so you are first striking with your Spitfire. I will probably still go ahead and block it, just to avoid taking the 6, because you're not trampling. First strike is not trample, and I still get the proliferate trigger. Okay, do you want to get rid of the Sanctifier or the Legak? Okay, you're looking to try and kill me. We'll see. So I'm going to hold off in case I need to bring the ending to a creature. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. You want to swing? Okay, still swinging. I'll attack. And then I'm going to go ahead and do this in case I have a creature to cast. Well, I'll definitely take that. Reload at the expense of 2 life. Great. So I think that's game. Because we can Aspirant's Ascent the Blight Belly, and you can attack, and then we can Infectious Inquiry for the win. That's it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And do we get a card or do we get gems? We get Kidnap. Oh, such cute art. Look at that. Little sleepy raccoon. Okay. Round 2. Fight. Aw, Gare Bear. Wanna play some Magic, Gare Bear? I wanna play some Magic with you, Gare Bear. Okay, so since I don't have one of my Get a Poison counters, this becomes really critical for the Bright Belly Rat to hit. So I'm gonna be aggressive, because I can always just play another game and hope that they don't want to use removal on my creature. I'm not going to block, because if you have a trick, you can use it to do more damage. Good for you. Okay, so I am going to first attack, make sure you've got a poison counter, and then I think there's one in there that if you have 2 or more instants, it's going to get +1. So I think I'm going to want to anoint them, but I think I'll do that after they initiate their attack in case they're going to put another instant on it. Because if they just hit me, I will Experimental Augury. Ouch. I'm going to bring the ending on that. Fortunately, they don't have any prowess, but still, 3 points is a lot of damage. Yeah, I think I'm just going to double afflict. Double anoint, I should say. Oh, rude. Okay. Do you have another creature? Or do you just sit with instants? Sweet. So I'm dealing with red and burn. I'm not excited about the Infectious Inquiry. So I'm actually going to get the land so that I can Insight next turn. No, I should I should probably risk it for the biscuit. Yeah. Oh, hasty cakes. Okay. Daddy needs a blocker. Okay. When you die, you proliferate, but just don't trample over me. This is getting tight. Oof. Yep. What do they have as their last card in hand? I mean... I feel like I gotta kill it. Okay. Well, thank goodness I blocked that, otherwise it could have taken 4. I'm probably okay with you manifesting potentially a mountain or an instant spell. But it's most likely a creature, isn't it? So I don't have any 1 mana spells, so it doesn't really matter which mana stays open. And I've already played my land for the turn. Hell yeah, I'm gonna block. What was it? Clockwork Percussionist. Now... Oh, I guess you did want to flip it over, because otherwise it wouldn't have died. Okay, I'm not going to lose 2 life to draw a card, so I'm going to end my turn. And I will anoint if they cast. Yep. I don't think I can wait to see whether they cast something. Yep. You did that. But I can still double proliferate for the win. Yeah, see, I wasn't even paying attention. And they're done with me. Okay. 2 for 2. With a sweet little bit of poison. Reward, Dream Spoilers, Claim, and do we get gems or do we get a card? We get Blasphemous Edict from Foundations. That is a lot of dead bodies. Okay, claim. Game 3. Can we go 3 for 3? Aw, schnozberries. Schnozberries taste like schnozberries. 3 mana. Got a rat. Sure, why not? Let's see how it goes. Oh, our little rolling robots are synchronized. How adorable. Okay, green. So I'm thinking big stompies are headed my way. But blue. Green and blue. So what are you going to do with green and blue? Oh, okay. Well, you don't want to return your elves. Why'd you do that? It says up to 1 other permanent. Well, that didn't seem good at all. Okay, Vraska's Fall. Let's start it up. Start up our poison engine. Poison 2. You're 20% of the way. There's another Sticky Tongue Sentinel. It's a good card though, but you want to couple that with other value too. So that is a 3 mana, this is 3 mana, so we can go ahead and do that if we want to, and I think I do because I want to swing. And I will bring the ending, which I now can use for anything, assuming it's something that is worth countering. That is not worth countering. Neither is that, but there's your value. Or at least somewhat of your value. Let's experimental augury. Let's get a Vraska's Fall. Okay, so let's drop that. Let's attack. You can double block. If you want to, you can double block, but I'm gonna Vraska's Fall. Interesting. You just single blocked, huh? Yeah, that's fine. I will proliferate. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought they would double block to kill the Blight Belly Rat. But I guess they don't really want to kill the Blight Belly Rat, right? Okay, so let's anoint the Druid. Let's Let's attack. You can block it. I'll proliferate. Yep. And then I will Infectious Inquiry. That is a lot of additional cards that I have. I've only got one card though that's going to give them poison counters. So need to get rid of that. You can have your elf, and let's see here, because it really doesn't matter. I'm not going to anoint the elves. I'm going to go ahead and counter that, because it's basically like a time walk for me. But you know what? I'm going to anoint this because I think they've got enough mana that they're going to have a big creature next, which I can Vraska's Fall. Okay, so we're cooking now. Okay, I think that mostly is game. I have one more poison counter, but I should be able to draw into something. There's something. Okay. And we don't need a target. We'll just give the extra poison counter, and that is game. 3-0 with a little bit of toxic behavior. We're gonna get a really cool cosmetic. Oh, holy cow, that is a really cool cosmetic. Look at that. I don't know what that's from. If any of you know where this is from, this sleeve, let me know. I'm going to set it as my default because it's shiny and new. So, there you go. Midweek Magic, standard Pauper. Thanks for watching. I'll be back here next week with another Midweek Magic deck. And until then, keep watching my channel. If you want to see any more of my Achievement Hunter videos or something else, let me know. I'm happy to do it. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.